Oh, hello, and welcome back to Reaver Remastered. Why, that's good to say. It's always good when they remaster your old favorite games. And walking down that corridor really feels weird. Because it's meant to be, you just hold forward and you walk. The camera kind of follows you. Don't you hurt me. Stab it. Yeah, boy. Now, the blood is entirely... I don't know what the word for the effect is, but it's the same as in the original. It's not actually liquid.
This, at least, had remained constant. The endlessly swirling vortex of the abyss. My tomb and the womb of my rebirth. Though much of Nosgoth's landscape had changed, these cliffs gave me my bearings. My clan territory was to the west. I was anxious to see how my descendants had fared during the centuries of my absence.
Always so poetic, this game. Alright, want to make a high jump here. Funny how Raziel wants to see his descendants, whereas the multiplayer hero shooter thing action game Nosgoth, that was a thing, remember that? In around 2013, I think. Yeah, it had the Raziel, aka Raziel's clan. But that game is dead. And if you bought cosmetics, then well, that game doesn't exist anymore. You cannot play it. They just took it out. Interesting. You have Dumas kids in here, and I was wondering in the last episode where the little rock or whatever mace in their claws is. Don't hit me. Don't hit me. I'm just being a friend. The combat is very, I don't know, rhythm based? No? You always want to have your weapon. That's a weird animation there. Now, I can't get you quite yet, but one day I will be able to. The camera's kind of, feels kind of weird. Oh, you can also, do stuff like this. I guess you can pick stuff up and throw it as a weapon. But yeah, just use this. Also, it's quite handy that they have the little flying thing. Oh, you can also use torches, which I'll be using maybe for the next area. Obviously, there's no Raziel to kill since Raziel kind of already died. That's me, by the way. So there's no boss in this area, really.
Utter desolation. My once proud kin wiped from this world like excrement from a boot. I knew the hand that wrought this deed.
Kain, such a nice young man. Never did anything wrong. Oh my god. Are we in for a wild ride with this game? I'm glad that this game is finally gonna get more recognition. Even though the people that know about this game, here's the thing: you either adore this game or you just don't know that it exists. But thankfully now people are gonna be giving it more attention because now it's gonna be getting more exposure. And here we have another teleporter. Now, I know I called this game Metroidvania. There are some glitches here and there, like, look at his cheeks. There are some glitches here and there, but it's fine. This is the Raziel clan territory flag, logo, I guess. Raziel has it on his cape? Scarf? Cloth. You can't really see it. Oh, there it is. It's kind of hard to tell in the original version. The PS1 version. That version, it looks pretty good for a PS1 game, actually. I didn't expect to be complimenting the original's graphics, of all things. Yeah, it's super primitive, because it's literally, it has like no draw distance whatsoever. You can use these as weapons, it's crazy. It has no, like, very short draw distance. Obviously, it's like a 1999 game, what did you expect? But it has no loading screens, which is insanely technically impressive for the time. It's kind of like Metroid Prime, where all of the loading areas, I mean, the areas get loaded by basically there's no please load, please wait loading type of screen. There are corridors, and look at this. Wouldn't it be nice to go for a swim? No, it wouldn't. You can use this as a weapon, but it's like one-time use execution move. I like the little tiles. They look like some kind of public bathhouse. Hello. Speaking of not bathing, we have a vampire here. Of course, this thing had a longer range to its effect. But yeah, combat is very much secondary or even tertiary to this game. Think of this as something like... Zelda, I guess, is the best thing I can compare it to. The closest, really. I was gonna say Zelda and Metroid. No, just Zelda. Literally just Zelda. But even less of a focus on combat. If only there were more games. This would have been... This looks like... This is triggering my gamer instincts right here, but there's no secret here. There are some secrets in this game, actually. Which, I'm gonna see if I remember those. Now if I do, I'm gonna be showing them off. Come on, get stabbed. Let me just see his little claw there. It's wrapped in a bandage, like spikes, I guess. I thought it was like a rock or something in the original graphics. Not much you can do here. I guess you can sacrifice them to the flames. You can impale them here. Crush them with a rock. Yoda reference. If you know it, you know it. And yeah, even the blood here is kind of there to hint at, yeah, you can use this to kill stuff. Why are all vampire games so gory, or at least bloody? Yeah, they drink blood, obviously. But they're kind of always upping the gore factor in vampire games. This, I guess you can call it a vampire game technically, because you kill vampires like left and right. It's your main enemy type. You're not a vampire yourself, but you thought you had me. Well, as it turns out, had you, and I didn't mean to do that, but it's even better. You can throw your weapon, like impale stuff. And this is an ability that you can get later if you run in circles. It's a really not great ability. Let's open this baby here now. And they have technology, even though it looks kind of, I don't want to say medieval. Fantasy, yeah, sure. But they do have technology, because this is in the future. The future of what? The future of Blood Omen, Legacy of Kain. That's what. If you haven't played it, you should play it. It's very interesting. It's where the music starts getting even better. The rain doesn't actually hurt me, I think. Oh, actually, it kind of does drain my HP faster than normal, I think. Oh, Kain also couldn't stand the rain when he was a kid.
No, please.
I didn't recognize these flayed racks of flesh. Their scent was vampiric. They gnawed upon their victim's carcass like dogs.
Yep. I wonder who these guys are, hmm? You can enter this, but first let's greet the locals. Always be nice. They look like more like zombies than vampires. And there's a perfectly good lore explanation for this. This game's lore, man, I swear to God, it's like the best, some of the best lore ever. Not just the lore, but the actual storyline. Even in the original Legacy of Kain, which was by Silicon Knights, completely different studio. It doesn't exist anymore. Even that game's story was really, really interesting. And this guy had a bad time. And can I just say, they've really improved the graphics. This actually looks like a human being. Or was a human being. And the original, it looked like some kind of play figure abomination thingy. Now, I haven't been in the Spectral realm for a while, but there's no reason to go there yet. Melchiah. Little broski. And hello there. You seem friendly enough. This is a human vampire hunter. They exist in this game, and they're neutral towards you, because you're not a vampire. You're something else. Wraith. If you actually if you start killing them, they'll be your enemy, obviously. And there are more humans in this game. However, if you just play the game normally, kill vampires, and leave these guys be, they'll start worshipping you, which is super cool. They go from neutral to friendly, and they even let you have a sip of their soul, just a little bit, to restore your strength, as much as killing an opponent.
This charnel house bore the unmistakable marks of Melchiah's clan. To what depths had our dynasty plummeted if these ghouls were the descendants of my high-born brother? Were they so debased as to recruit fledglings from the desiccated corpses here interred?
God, I love the language they use in this game. It's so good. It's honestly, I've played a ton of games in my day. Like, since I was a wee lad. But this, honestly, oh, this series, not just this game, honestly has the best voice acting of all time, of anything I've ever played. And you can get your different weapon here. This is from Melchiah's crib. I actually like the little textures they have in the tombstones there. Look really good. Now, these letters look kind of familiar. I haven't played these games in a while, so I could be forgetting something, but it looks a bit like old Hylian from The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. Which, I know my curse. If I mention a game more than a couple times, I'm cursed to let's play it. Now we're still kind of light on the block pushing puzzles here, but let's see, they'll get more and more intense. And by intense, I mean it'll just be a lot more. Always save. I like that saving is like instant. It was instant in the PC port of this game. It took a few seconds in the PlayStation version because, you know, it wasn't a disc. But it was still pretty quick. Things considered. I like how you can, I guess, drag them sideways, not just push them. Man, I really like these graphics. Like, they've really...
My brother Melchiah was made last, and therefore received the poorest portion of Kain's gift. Although immortal, his soul could not sustain the flesh, which retained much of its previous human frailty. This weakness, it seemed, was passed on to his offspring. Their fragile skins barely contained the underlying decay.
Like I said, they've really upped their game. And I like that, yeah, they changed the human quite a bit. The human guy that was getting eaten. And this is basically the actual art that they used in the original. Oh, hello there. These guys look very similar to the original. Like, I remember stuff. I remember visuals really well. And yeah, really damn good job with this. You have to make the enemies recognizable. And let's go away from the rain. I don't think it actually hurts me. These are actually the fledglings, because each clan has fledglings and, you know, adult mature vampires. And the fledglings do not like the sun, just like with Dumas kids. I'm just gonna push you into this. Just like, have fun with you. Have fun. Yeah, that permanent suntan, baby. And now you just get the soul, and his body is dead. And deader, I guess. This is satisfying, just like toy with these fleshy meat bags. Oh no, my flesh. Raziel was actually Kain's firstborn and most powerful lieutenant. His first vampiric child. Yeah, I'm gonna use some Vampire the Masquerade terminology there. This is your teleporter. And I think I'm gonna end this video off here. I guess stick around for more for next time.